What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel, and welcome to some Forza Horizon 5. It's been a little while since I played this game, and I feel like now every time I open up this game I'm probably going to say the same thing, because I just don't really have a lot of fun playing this game anymore. I just feel like I've done everything in it, you know? It's still a really good game. I still think that there's, like, if you're buying this game fresh right now, there's still a lot of content for you to do in the game. There's still a lot of things to do. But if you're like me, of course, and we had this from day one, the game is kind of old and it's a little bit boring. However, obviously we are only, like, supposedly only a few months away from Forza Horizon 6, supposedly. Again, I don't know if it's coming out early next year or late next year, but we've already got like a teaser trailer for the game. So I'm assuming the next step is now to get an actual trailer, which I think may be coming early next year. So I don't know if we're going to be getting a trailer early next year and then maybe close to summer we'll be getting like the actual full game, or what the deal is. But basically, we're only, you know, we're less than a year away, I'd assume, until we get Forza Horizon 6. With that, means that the game might be a little bit different, but they could also keep a lot of the stuff that's in this game. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is kind of something that I vaguely asked people is, when I was streaming this game, should they keep the festival playlist? Do you guys think that this is a good idea to keep it like this? Obviously, this was introduced now in Forza Horizon 4 to look like this, because in Forza Horizon 3 it was completely different. We had like a screen here to the left, and then like these like challenges, like these weekly challenges where you just had like 5 or 6 of them over on the right side of the screen, if you guys remember. And that was kind of it. That was all that we really had in Forza Horizon 3. But in Forza Horizon 4 is where we kind of got like a more fledged out version of it, which kind of looked a lot closer to this one. This one now has a lot of stuff to do. Like there's so many things to do in this one. It's crazy. Like there's a huge amount of events and things to be able to do in this game. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hop into one of these. Just while we're talking in this video. If they decide to keep it, what should they change so it makes it kind of fresh and a little bit more interesting, if that makes sense? You know, like what can they actually do to fix up on the festival playlist? Like how can they make it better, basically? Because if you want right now, you can basically go and play the game and get every single car that you want from the festival playlist. And what I mean by that is, like, there's stuff like PR stunts, which gives you super wheel spins and regular wheel spins, right? You're already set with that. Then there's all the new cars that they added into the game, like without them being in DLCs. All of that stuff has been added into the festival playlist as well. And like everything is just there. Like you constantly just get new cars in the festival playlist, and you also get, like I said, loads of, oh god, trying not to crash into this guy from my team. You're constantly getting new cars. Like, how would they make it so it's not like easy for them to just give out the cars, instead of them just giving them out to people like every single week? It gives you something to do, if that makes sense. So how can they make it so it's more fun and interesting, but also keep it so it's at least a bit of a challenge? I did have a few people before where they were saying that, you know, festival playlist is kind of a bit boring, you know, like they've kind of overdone it now. I mean, we've done this for however many years, and they should change it. But instead of just saying, oh yeah, they should change it, why don't you just come up with a new idea on how they should change it and what they should do to it? And I've also had people that were saying that they don't have time to do the festival playlists, right? Like they have work or school or whatever, and they're kind of just going with the flow. Whatever comes out in the game that's new, they just kind of want it, right? Is that a thing that should work? Maybe the festival playlist should give you like a currency, maybe, that you can get to buy the cars with, like the festival, or sorry, not the festival, but the Forzathon points are like. Like they could do something like that. But with credits, you can still buy the actual cars themselves, if that makes sense. Like they should maybe make it so it's like kind of even for everybody, you know what I mean? Because like I said, as much as I kind of agree with people that it is kind of boring, and we've now kind of done everything that we could do with the festival playlist, like what other way can they do it so it's kind of like a balanced way to give out cars to people without just straight up handing them to people, you know what I mean? Because if you just do it with credits, like I just said, people can just do like exploits and stuff like that in free roam, like just in the open world with like themselves, and then they just get the credits and get the car. instead of actually playing the game and doing the races that they're supposed to be doing and all that. So, as much as I kind of agree with that guy, I just feel like the festival playlist is just such a good way to, like I said, just get you playing the game and doing stuff. I don't know. I really don't know what to like how to really explain this further. The thing is, though, like I said, I do agree with people that we need kind of a new way or a different way to earn stuff in the game, because it just feels like it's a little bit repetitive, and we had it now for 2 different types of games, you know? Like, we've had it for 4 and 5, and it's basically stood being the exact same thing. So, I'm kind of interested. Maybe you guys have a different idea. How should they really re-implement the thing? And also, with the festival playlist, they add game modes, or they have added loads of different game modes in it. Instead of it just being, you know, just get these overtakes or doing whatever the dailies are, you obviously have this, like, team trial event. You have now the Eliminator getting added in there if you want to play that. You can get the hide and seek getting added in there. There's 2 different types of rival events where you have the electric and non-electric ones. There's so many different ways that you can earn your points for the week to be able to get whatever car it is that's there. But again, like I said, we've now had this feature in Forza Horizon 5 since its release, and we had like partially the same one in Forza Horizon 4 as well. So how can they change it now in Forza Horizon 6 to make it so it's different, but also still give you rewards the same way? Because I do still enjoy doing the festival playlist, and I think it's a fun way of getting it, but I feel like it does get repetitive if you keep it the same way over the course of like 10 years. Does that make sense? Like, if we're getting Forza Horizon 7 in what, like 3 years time, like we did with this, or 4 years time even. I mean, Forza Horizon 4 came out in 2018, I want to say. Am I correct in saying that? Or 2019? One of those. And it's, like I said, if we're getting the next game, like the sequel to Forza Horizon 6, in however many years' time, surely we don't want to be doing the same thing then as well. So I kind of want them to change it, but at the same time, I feel like I really don't want them to ruin it, because they could very, very easily ruin it. I didn't actually mean to crash this guy, I'm so sorry. I just have more grip than these guys. I'm pretty sure I'm on racing slicks. That's why. There's a guy flying up behind me. I saw the guy flying up behind me. I need to catch up and actually overtake some of these AI, because my team is struggling. It's just me and this bionic guy that actually did alright in the last event. I managed to stay ahead of all the AI. This is definitely not a sprint car that I'm driving right now. This is definitely more of like a circuit car. What I mean by that is that this thing has loads of grip, but it doesn't have a like crazy high top speed. And usually these sprint races kind of force you to do some silly speeds, because it's not always going to be the same tight corners, you know what I mean? That's okay. Me and Bionic ahead again, carrying the team. Let's go, champ. Keep saying that now. Come on, Bionic. Let's get it. Nice. GG's. Me and this guy just carrying the team. Okay. I also want to showcase something else, because those are kind of literally just the only 2 ways of, or the only way of really getting new cars, getting added into the game. Apart from them adding cars, just giving them to you in, like, the message board or whatever. The Forzathon points, in my opinion, I think are probably the best way to do it. Like, the more you play, the more Forzathon points you get, right? That's the whole thing with the festival playlist, which I kind of really, really like. So in my opinion, what they could do is they could add all of these events, right? Or they could make it so you can buy yourself per week the cars that are in the Forzathon shop. Alright, so if there's these 2 cars, right? Imagine these 2 being brand new to the game, right? You've never seen these 2 cars before in the game. I have a lot of festival or for some points right now because I genuinely don't even remember how I got them all. But I think they ended up messing up something with the game and they got rid of a lot of people's points or something like that, and then they just gave them back to people. Something happened, I don't know. But I remember I got a lot of these points. But imagine both of these cards are brand new to the game, including wheel spins, super wheel spins, you know, cosmetics, everything, right? Is new to the game. And the only way to get these points is literally just doing these events here. Every single one of these. Like, that's the way to get those points. So if you actually want the newest car, it's you actually have to buy it. So instead of just unlocking it here, just by doing the points, what if someone just doesn't want to get that car, right? Like, let's say the car that is down here, they don't really care for it. They don't really want to pay for it. They don't want to pay 100 for some points. This one, let's say, is going to be 1,000 because it's like brand new and it's super rare. What if someone just doesn't want to pay for this? You know? They could just save up their credits for next week. They can afford 2 cars next week instead of the 1 car that's there. Instead of forcing people to get whatever car is here, you get people to get their points and then use it here. And then you can, of course, then use it for cosmetics as well if you really wanted to. But that's how I envision this, right? Because I don't see a way of making this thing easier for people. Because again, it's just challenges to play the game. But the way they implement it, the only way that I can think of them maybe changing up the challenges, that could be a good idea. But even these, they added they added community-made events as well, which is so sick. I think that's such a good idea. I think the community-made events are really, really good a lot of the time. Like, I really want to play like some of these just to see what they're like. Not even just getting points, but I feel like it's a fun way to like share what the community people have made. I think Super 7 is also a really good idea. I think have some Super 7 events added into the festival playlist. I think that could also be a really good idea, because there's a custom-made events by people as well. They don't have to like really change the entire map or anything like that when they're doing it, but they make it so it's interesting. Like, it's an interesting challenge to try and do. And I think the harder the challenge for that week, they should definitely make it so you get more and more like expensive things. Like, you're able to afford more things. Like, the payout for it is higher for the harder challenge. Does that make sense? And listen to this. Have a leaderboard. Have a working leaderboard. Have leaderboards that work in the game. It doesn't matter what it's for, but if they fix up the leaderboards and they have working leaderboards for the festival playlist events, imagine the amount of people that would actually do them. That would actually care to get faster or be faster or do better. I feel like it's going to be such a good idea if they fix up their leaderboards and actually add a leaderboard system in the game. Even for this event, imagine this event right here, right? You have like a custom event, like Event Lab Race, you know? People will end up picking whatever car. They'll try and test it out. They'll do it a bunch of different times and all that. And they'll have like different scores on leaderboards, like different times on leaderboards. Like, how sick would that be for them to add leaderboards into some of these events? And it makes it a lot more interesting as well, because they're custom events, so they're custom races and custom, tracks, and the cars that you have to use are maybe different. They could even make it so, the cars themselves have all the stuff that they've added into the game, where they, of course, adjusted the gravity of the cars, and you can adjust the torque and everything, and the way the cars drive. They can even have custom events like that in the game from the community. They don't really have to do anything. They just have the community basically make the stuff for them. But it shares everything that the people make with everyone else. Does that make sense? What is this build that I have, by the way? I don't even remember what this car is, but that is not good for this track. The elevation changes, the way this track is. It's really struggling. The car is struggling so hard to keep up. I'm also really bad at this game because I don't play that often anymore, so that doesn't really help either. But yeah, I definitely think they should maybe change it up a little bit. They can keep it named as the festival playlist, but I think they should definitely change it up a little bit. I think it'd be kind of sick. I like the whole exploring thing. Like, if they want to do the whole, like, go take a picture at this place, right? Like, that's one of the things in this game, where like one of them is like, especially for the treasure map, like some of them are like, oh yeah, you have to go take a picture in front of this mural, and you have to go and find it and do all this sort of stuff. I'm kind of happy with that. I think that's kind of cool, especially if we're gonna get it in a place like, Japan. How sick would that be? They send you like all these like random really really cool locations. You get to find like different castles and everything that you get to take pictures of. It'll be kind of sick. It's a good idea for them, I think, to keep that in the game. Plus, I think it's okay. I don't know why or how I managed to make it into the pits, but I guess I'm in the pits right now. Okay. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to like win this. Whatever diff setup I have for this, it locks my diff immediately. Hello fellas, don't mind me. Just gonna squeeze in here. Okay. Oh my god. As if I start playing... I haven't even had the game open for more than like 20 minutes. The game's been open for like 15, 16... No, wait. How long have I been recording? 19 minutes. The game's been open for 19 minutes and it crashed. Fix your crashing issue as well on the Microsoft Store version of the game. Because it is dreadful. I don't know why it does it. But it is shit. Alright. Well, I'm gonna stop. I'll speak to you guys next time. Thank you for watching, everybody. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the festival playlist. And should they actually change that feature or not? Alright. We'll see you guys later. Goodbye.